All right, let's talk about Danny Amendola. The specifics about his contract have been revealed, so let's get into it. We back, Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, so you won't miss another video. Best way to donate to the channel is to share the video. If you want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal in the description. But let's get into it, all right? Danny Amendola signed a one-year deal. Pretty sure we all knew that so far. Let's get into the details. It's a similar one-year, $5 million deal he signed last year, $4.5 million guaranteed. And if he reproduces his results from last year, he gets a $500,000 in incentives. All right, and his incentives that can be reached can max his deal out at $6 million. All right, it was talks about Danny Amendola being a package deal with Tom Brady and going wherever Tom Brady goes. He's 35 years old, I believe. And I really wasn't happy about bringing him back, right? And I'll get into this in the next Lions Live later this week, God willing. I will probably be doing Pistons today. Hopefully I can get around to it. But the Lions was supposed to have somebody in the chamber to be ready to replace Danny Amendola, all right? That's how you do it with young guys. Learn under veterans, replace it with somebody cheaper. But Amendola not breaking the bank, but Amendola does not solve the Detroit Lions' problems with lack of speed at skill positions. And like I said before, I wouldn't have brought him back. 35 years old. I think he should want to be on the contender. But, he was a team captain last year. Really good in the slot. I believe if Hockenson improves, Amendola will be that much more effective. But over the course of his career, he's been injury prone. But, hey, it was a cheap deal. You keep a veteran there. They still could bring another receiver along to replace him next year, so it's only a one-year deal, but the Lions still slow at receiver. Marvin Jones not getting no faster. Danny Amendola definitely not getting no faster. And Kenny Galladay, we seen him get hawked in the Green Bay game, but he's probably their fastest starting receiver right now and the youngest, so you got to pay him as well. But it was a good deal for the Lions. Amendola taking that deal, he couldn't have got $5 million nowhere else in the NFL. That's telling. Even New England wouldn't bring him back for that amount, even though him and Julian Edelman plays the same position. But, hey, with him staying with Detroit, maybe he didn't have that many options. All right? If you can't get $5 million from somewhere else, then in Detroit, maybe you are in the twilight of your career. But people say, well, look at his numbers last year. We could look at Matthew Stafford's numbers as well, and it doesn't equate to winning. A lot of these stats are hollow. They're weightless, They in garbage time. They not in meaningful time. In an era of deep analytics, I'm surprised people don't really go back and see when did these yards and these catches come at critical times in the game. But it is what it is. The Lions gonna do Lions things. Bob Quinn is ill-equipped to be a general manager. He never was one before. And hopefully, when Bob Quinn has his day, and it's time to get out of Detroit and he fired, hopefully the Lions are smart enough to bring in somebody that actually done the job before. From Mayhew Lewan, who got a promotion from Matt Millen and them after going 0-16 to Matt Millen, they have not in this last 20 years, they haven't never had a general manager that I can remember that's done the job before. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit before Matt Millen, but they haven't had a dude that done the job before that has a proven track record, and maybe that's just the Lions being cheap. They don't want to pay somebody to come and do the job. I remember Bill Barcel, he offered to come do the job and show Matt Millen how to build a team. And Mr. Ford said, no, Matt Millen pillow talked him out of it. But I think it just comes down to the organization being cheap, being frugal, being, just being ignorant to football. And this is why the Lions are in the position they are in. This is why you damn if you do, damn if you don't with Darius Slay. This is why you don't have one in the chamber that's ready to take over for Danny Amendola and do the job from last year. This is why you talking about bringing in Jeff Okudah and not having a replacement for Darius Slay. This is why you got the Patriot way. You got two dudes, Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, who never done the job before, and they not equipped to do the job. Remember, Bill Belichick first time around in the NFL, he failed, and then he eventually got it together. So, hey, it is what it is. Congratulations, Danny Amendola. He got the bag, but it was a stupid re-signing in my opinion. But, hey, Motor City Sports Talk, I'll link the article in the description, proving it to be true. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, response, video request. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. One time for the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy, CJ Goodfellow. We gone.